Hi everyone, Rebecca here, Director of Operations and Regulated Canadian Immigration Consultant at Canada Immigration Law Firm. Are you interested in moving to Canada from the US? I'm here today to talk to you about how you can reach your goal. Immigration from the US is on the rise, and many of you may be wondering how you too can immigrate to Canada. So here are 3 options to move to Canada from the US. Option 1, Express Entry. Applying through the Express Entry system is one of the fastest and easiest ways to move permanently from the US to Canada, taking an average of just 6 months to process. To enter the Express Entry pool, you must first be eligible for one of 3 economic immigration programs. These are the Federal Skilled Worker Program, the Canadian Experience Class, or the Federal Skilled Trade Program. Each of these programs have different eligibility requirements. The program that is best for you will depend on your unique profile and experience. To find out the best option for you, complete our free online assessment form linked below. It's important to remember that these programs are extremely competitive, and simply meeting the eligibility criteria for these programs may not be enough for your application to be successful. Why? Because once in the pool, candidates will be assigned a score and will be ranked against other candidates in the pool, with only the top ranking candidates chosen to apply to immigrate to Canada. The good news is that both US nationals and US residents tend to rank very well once in the pool. This is because they generally have high language abilities, great education, and solid work experience. If you're curious about what your CRS score might be, Canada offers a free CRS score calculator that lets you estimate your ranking in the Express Entry pool. Option 2, Work in Canada. Americans may also qualify for a NAFTA work permit. NAFTA is a North American Free Trade Agreement, which is an agreement between Canada, the US, and Mexico, and facilitates trade between the 3 countries, in part by allowing certain professionals to work in Canada without first securing a Labour Market Impact Assessment, or LMIA. NAFTA permits are issued through the International Mobility Program to American citizens with an eligible job offer from a Canadian employer to come and work in Canada. NAFTA also makes it possible to transfer a US worker to a Canadian branch if you work for a company with branches in both the US and Canada. If you're living in the US but not a US citizen, although you may not benefit from NAFTA, you may still be eligible to work in Canada on an employer-specific work permit. This may require you to first get an LMIA, which is a document that proves the employer tried to hire a Canadian or permanent resident to fill the role. If you work for a company that also has presence in Canada, you may also secure a work permit as an intra-company transferee, again avoiding the need for an LMIA. And finally, option 3, studying in Canada. Another popular option to move to Canada from the US is by coming as an international student. Not only does Canada offer lower tuition rates than the US, but international students in Canada can also start working immediately. A Canadian study permit allows a student to work in Canada for 20 hours per week when in school and up to 40 hours per week during scheduled breaks and holidays. After graduating, international students may also be eligible for a special work permit that allows them to work for any employer anywhere in Canada. Canadian work experience, in addition to a degree from a Canadian institution, drastically increases your chances of successfully applying for Canadian permanent residence. So there you are, your top 3 options to move to Canada from the US. If you'd like to learn more about your options, complete our free online assessment linked below.